What's up, Saiyan Army? Welcome to the video. We got special guest Bryson here.
What's up, guys?
So today we're gonna be going through Hunter x Hunter top 5 fights. Now this is something you guys recommended to me a lot. Leave a comment down below on other animes where you guys want us to review and watch, you know, the top 5 fights. Yeah, Dragon Ball, anything, Naruto. We both love good fights. I think Hunter x Hunter with Dragon Ball has got to be like one of my favorite animes.
For me, I'm honestly stoked about this one because Hunter x Hunter is my favorite anime. So I'm really excited to see what kind of top fights there are for this one. There's a lot of great ones in this one.
Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications, subscribe to Bryson, link will be down below in the description, and let's go. Number 5, Gon versus Pito.
So this one was a crazy one, and it's weird because it's not really like a fight, I feel like. Like, Gon just completely wrecked Pito. It was insane.
He massacres her.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But it's one of the most iconic moments because it's when Gon goes like Super Saiyan and just loses his... Like, Gon has to be like one of the most positive main characters in any series. Like, you gotta love him. There's nothing to dislike about him.
No, of course not.
And then he just goes off the wall.
Dude, it was a complete switch. It was like he literally turned on that Majin mode and he just went into a different kind of like...
He just went into the dark side.
Exactly,
like,
man. But what was really epic is, like you said, it was like kind of like a build-up, right? Like that whole like Chimera Ant arc was Gon seeing like Kite die, right? And then he's trying to get back like revenge and whatnot. And that's why he kind of turned more towards like that evil side. And then finally he gets to that point where he goes Super Saiyan basically, gets the hair super long, which is really iconic, man. I don't know what that does, but I mean, that was pretty cool. And you recognize it, you recognize it right away. But yeah, that was really dope. And again, it wasn't really like a fight, I feel like, though. He kind of just destroyed Pito from start to finish.
Straight up.
Over and over. He just kept destroying him over and over.
Definitely not the best Pito moment.
It was not at all.
Although the best Pito moment was when she takes Kite's arm. When he takes Kite's arm.
Yes, that was cool. And I thought it was really nice, like the fact that Gon also loses his arm because he gave it up for free, basically, because he wanted to be like Kite, which that kind of shows that he went back to being like regular Gon after, because he kind of had that moment. So
then he laid the smackdown with his, with his arm.
It was us. That's epic. That's epic. When have you ever seen that anywhere else?
Number 4, Frollo versus the Zodics. So this fight I really like just because Killua, I guess they're building it up the whole time. Killua and his family and how, you know, mistreated he was growing up and how he grew up as an assassin. And, you know, everyone knows Killua's strong, but they don't know like his family or his parents.
You get that sense because you're looking like, okay, so Killua is already like OP, it feels like, when he's going through the Hunter exam and
everyone's like scared of the Zodic family, remember that?
Exactly, exactly. So you know, like, okay, if Killua is already like this crazy, then his parents and his dad and his grandpa must be like even more nuts. And then you also know that Frollo is like the leader of all of these guys, so it's like, okay, this is the Clash of Titans. It's the Clash of Titans, man. So it was also interesting because you don't know what kind of powers Frollo has. Right? Or what the Zodiacs had for that sake either. So it was really just like, okay, what's gonna happen? You know, that sense of like anticipation, like I don't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down, but I just know it's gonna be epic. And I think it delivered. It was a really insane fight.
I want to see a rematch with the grandpa and Frollo, because remember how it ended?
Yeah, that moment at the end.
If we were to fight, just the two of us, which of us would win? I would, there's no question about it. Though it would be a different story altogether if you were actually trying to kill me.
Number 3, Kurapika versus Uvojin. So this one is probably one of my favorites and one of the most iconic fights for me personally, watching Hunter x Hunter and watching just a ton of other like shonen fights. Most characters like Uvojin are very like barbaric. They have no off switch, they're 100% angry, you know, smash. They're kind of like Nappa.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like when Nappa
first
came to Earth, you know, let's just kill everyone, smash everything, you know, just dumb as rocks.
Well, yeah, and essentially he's just kind of like a brute, right? Because that's like the Broly kind of look too, where they're just super huge, and you're like, this guy can't be smart and huge, right? And I guess Uvo switched that.
Uvojin, I like something I really like about the Hunter series is a lot of times you can hear what they're thinking.
Yes.
So the whole time Uvojin is fighting, you know, Kurapika, he's thinking about, you know, how he's gonna beat him, even up to the moment he dies. Like, why am I losing?
Right.
You know, what is his Nen powers? you know, why am I here? How am I dying? You know, he's not pissed at all. He's just like, you know,
yeah,
and obviously
very
towards
stoic.
the end, he's just like, kill me or whatever.
Right,
you
because
know,
he didn't want to give up his friends. That's why.
Yeah,
which shows even more of his character, which made me kind of upset because I didn't want Uvo to go after that. I was like, man, this guy's cool. He's
but it
down
was the
for
best
the fighters.
part, you know, like
Yeah,
he's
it
an
was
honorable
legit.
guy,
Yeah.
smart guy, and not just barbaric, you know.
Yeah, and one of the big things with that scene and what a lot of people kind of forget is that that was a turning point for Kurapika because that was his first kill, you know, one of the first fight, the first fighter off of his list, and that was like the no turning back kind of point for him, right?
Yeah.
Because he was always this nice guy, and then afterwards he ended Uvo, which is crazy because, like I said, Uvo kind of showed that he was like a very like humble guy and he was like down to earth. And I think Kurapika kind of like he noticed that, but he still had to do what was best for the Kurapika clan.
Kurapika, wanted his vengeance. So
exactly. So
yeah, I think that's why he made his ability so he could, you know, counter Uvogen.
Right, exactly. Just like how Gon did for Pito. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's crazy.
Number 2, Gon versus Hisoka.
Okay, so this one, I'm kind of torn on this because it was a really epic fight, albeit it wasn't like, there wasn't like fireworks going on basically, right? It was a lot of like hand-to-hand combat. There was not really like a lot of men involved.
It was like a MMA fight versus a street fight.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess so.
They were like in the cage kind of thing.
Right.
They had a little bit more rules.
The tournament arcs are always good in like any kind of anime, and this was like the culmination of like Gon like trying to chase after Hisoka all this time. He wanted to like get powered up, which is why they went through that sky tower like to begin with. So it was like a huge thing when he actually landed that hit on Hisoka. You know, it was like you got the chills because it was like, oh man, he actually did it.
Well, you watched him from the time before that when they're in the
Exactly.
forest, and he was like, when you can touch me, then you can give me my number back.
Exactly.
Up until then, just shut up, you know.
Exactly. And then he finally did it, man.
And it lit the fire under Gon's ass, you know. And that's why I love Hisoka as a character. Hisoka's probably one of my favorite characters as far as like all of anime, just because of one, yes, he's very weird, but two, like he's just a guy that wants to fight strong people.
Yeah, and he's honestly
literally
is my
like
favorite character.
more twisted Saiyan. Even at the end when he had the option to fight Crollo.
Right, that's true.
You know, he's like, nah.
Yeah, and
you know, you don't have your power. Like, what's the point?
He's very unique in that sense, right?
Yeah.
He's just very like crazy, and he wants to fight strong people, and that's why he doesn't end going like right away because he wants to see him get stronger.
Because he sees the potential in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like the Hisoka versus Gon when he was fighting in like that like long hair mode?
Oh.
Dude, that one. I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody.
And
could beat
Hisoka
Gon
was
at
that
level.
twisted where he would have killed Kite to get to unleash that power.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Hisoka's that twisted. All right, so before we get into the number 1 fight, we have a couple honorable mentions. Hunter x Hunter had a ton of great fights, but there were some that didn't make the list, and this is one of them: the Greed Island Dodgeball.
So the Greed Island dodgeball fight, it like you said, it's not really a fight.
It was a game.
Yeah, it was a game, but it had that intensity of like a fight, man. Where it was like, okay, all of the stakes and stuff were like really high because if they don't win this dodgeball fight, they can't get the final card that they need, you know, to finish Greed Island. So it was like this kind of build up and whatnot, and then it was very sick to see like at the end a combination of Gon, Killua, and Hisoka, like all of the big three just coming together to like make this final thing against Razor, you know. And it was
again, Hisoka's there to just train Gon and Killua. Like he would have been fine by himself.
That's true, actually. Yeah, he wasn't trying to win because he could have did that from the very beginning, and they would have won. But he wanted Gon and I guess Killua to do their thing, you know, get better, get stronger.
Hisoka's kind of like a pervy Master Roshi.
So,
he's a pervy in other ways.
Roshi is pervy.
Yeah, but a different pervy.
Different kind of pervy.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, and the second honorable mention would be Uvogen versus the Shadow Beast. This one was pretty much a massacre.
Okay, so what I thought was funny about this one is that it started off with them hyping up the Shadow Beast so much, and you're like, oh man, four of them are here.
You know?
4 of them are here. They're gonna just destroy him, and it looked like that. You know, they had him trapped. He was like trapped by like I think 3 different guys at the same time. Yeah. And the leeches put into him. He had the hair stuck on his arm.
Disgusting. Oh, the leech
Probably
guy.
one of the most random like powers ever, but
and his tongue.
It was weird. It was strange, but I mean they were doing work, and then Uvo just okay, it's time to go.
They hyped him up to like the Avengers were gonna come through and just wreck this guy, you know?
Oh, and then yeah, I don't know, just snap of the fingers, and this guy took him out.
Dude, well, he bit off the guy's head first.
He bit off the guy's head.
The guy was just chilling there, and he just probably one of the most gruesome, amazing deaths I've ever seen.
It was definitely unexpected. That's for sure. I was not expecting
There's
that.
not a lot of animes where you just see the guy bite his head off out of nowhere.
I don't think there's any animes
You know?
where
And
you
then
see
spit
that.
a fragment of his skull at his friend.
And that's why I love Hunter x Hunter so much, because it's so smart. Like, who would think to write this?
Yeah.
Who would think to write that? Bite
Yeah.
off a guy's head and then use a bone from the skull.
And his
as a
friends
bullet.
like, they're like, hey, you can't reach me. You know?
Yeah. Then he screams because he can't do anything with the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
And literally what's crazy is that from the neck, he said he only needed the neck up. And he literally used everything he could from the neck up, and it worked. It's like, what the heck? That's insane. Yeah, that was a crazy one. Again, I'm not really sure if it was a fight, like you said, more of a massacre. So that's why I don't think it would be good for like a top 5 fight. But
Entertaining
definitely,
as hell.
Yes, for sure. So one of the honorable mentions that I wanted to put in here was something from the manga, and I'm not sure if you read the manga for Hunter x Hunter.
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay.
I will though.
You should, because this is my pick for the #1 fight, but it's just unfortunate that it wasn't animated yet. I'm hoping that they come back and animate it, because the fight that I want to talk about is Chrollo versus Hisoka. Again, like Matt mentioned, there are spoilers in this one, so if you guys haven't watched Hunter x Hunter and you guys don't want to know what happens in the manga, then I would probably turn this off or fast forward. But Chrollo does fight Hisoka, and it is insane. Hisoka and Chrollo meet at the Sky Arena, man. So they meet at the arena, and so they're fighting in the stadium, dude. They're fighting in the stadium, and it's like, okay, finally Hisoka's like, I finally got you. Chrollo got all of his powers back, so it's like 100% versus 100%, and it's a straight up fight. Chrollo has like a whole bunch of abilities because he has that book where he can steal different things, and he gets overpowered where he can use multiple like basically powers at the same time.
Yeah.
So what happens is that he takes over the official, the referee, like over with mind control, because he used one of the guys that had like the cell phone from the Spiders. I don't know if you remember that guy. He put it into the announcer or the referee that was on the field and used the referee to fight. And you're just like, what the heck is going on? So he's using him as a shield, a human shield against Hisoka's like punches and stuff, and it was crazy. That guy dies, and then he ends up going into the audience and turning people into like basically bombs and using a whole bunch of the audience people to fight.
What?
Dude, it was insane. Yeah, like stuff you wouldn't expect. It was like, what the heck? He's using the audience as, like as bombs. So that's what happens there. And then the whole time Hisoka is just like on the ropes, man. Like he's using his bungee gum and like all of the most creative ways. Just trying to survive, dude. Because this guy is literally like using spell after spells and like powers after powers, and he's just killing it. And you're like, I don't know how Hisoka's gonna win this, but it's Hisoka, so obviously it comes out and they basically end up in a draw. You know, I mean, it's a draw, but at the same time, it's like, it was an intense fight.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that animated? How would you animate that where you're like using the audience members as like, I don't even know, man. So that was just intense, and I think if that was animated.
So how does it draw at the end? Like, how do they determine to draw?
Shoot. So basically what happened is that he used up all of the audience people, and he turned them all into one big bomb on Hisoka, and Hisoka's like basically like dead. Like you see his corpse on there, and his face is burned, everything is burned.
Oh.
Yeah. But what he did, because it's Hisoka and he's smart as F, he put bungee gum around his heart. So after Chrollo left thinking he won, he used like after death, you know, like how Pito had his stuff after death, and like you can then get stronger after death. He used the bungee gum to like as a defibrillator, so he could actually start up his heart again, dude.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So he came back to life, man. It was insane.
What?
And that's why I say it was a draw, because Chrollo technically won, but I mean, Hisoka's still alive.
Yeah.
And then after that, Hisoka just goes on a rampage, and it's just, I don't know, man. Like honestly, I want to see that animated, because that would probably be my number one.
I would love to see that.
Fingers crossed, man.
I would love to see that.
Let's hope, because that's crazy. Yeah. I can't wait to see what's #1 over here, though, man.
All right, and the #1 fight of Hunter x Hunter, we got Netero versus Medium. So this is like Master Roshi versus Cell.
literally, dude. I didn't realize like how close they looked to each other, right?
Yeah.
They hyped up Netero as like the strongest in like the Hunter Association.
Yeah.
Versus the strongest Ant, which is potentially the strongest in the world.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it was a fight of the Titans, and it was just intense from start to finish because you got this old man who's like killing it, like he still ripped his F, you know.
Is that a million punches?
Yes, it's like a million punches. They show his training, they show how he got to that point, and they finally show like his bodhisattva with the 100 punches and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's just destroying like mountains with this thing.
Yeah,
and just slapping Meruem all over the place, dude. And I mean, it was just crazy. Like, it was animated very, very well. The buildup was good. The like effects were great, and it was just a really good fight because not only did you get to see like Netero, you know, in his final moments, again, spoiler alerts, but you see him in his final moments and like he gave it his all. And then you also see this Chimera Ant who is like growing throughout the entire fight, where he's like starting to understand emotion, and he's like, I don't understand how a human can be this strong. And it's like you started to respect him, which was crazy. It was kind of a draw, but again, that fight was probably like one of the like best designed fights, I feel like.
I think the build-up was so good for that.
I think that honestly, again, my personal take would be Kurolo vs. Hisoka. If you guys haven't read it, please read it, and then also come back to the comments and let us know what you guys thought of it, because if that was animated, that's my number one.
Anyways, that's the end of the video. Again, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Subscribe to Bryson, link will be down below in the description. As always, shout out to my sponsors, EHP Labs, Alpha Clothing, link will be down below in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next video. For online coaching, email me, gokuflex@gmail.com. It is the end of the new year. Let's help you get towards your fitness goals. So hit me up for a program. Check out sayanami.com. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, Aloha.
Shoots.